Well, hello and welcome to IRL F2 round 20 around Japan. Closing to the end now, and today I'm Sondre Sorhaug. I'm joined by Felix and Negwer. Well, I should be joined by Felix Negwer.
Sorry for that delay. Quickly had to sort something out, but hello everyone from my side as well. I hope to welcome you to a very exciting race. I would like it to be a very exciting race. But Japan, Sondre, what have you got to say about that?
Well, I think most guys who knows me know that I used to hate Japan. But, well, don't really hate it anymore. The change to manual gears a while ago made the track a lot more enjoyable and a lot easier in the S's, and yeah, so it's a good track altogether. Although, as I said, with automatic gears, it doesn't feel like one. What about you, Felix?
Especially that first sector is obviously very special, and real life we hear many drivers loving that track because of the S's. It's a very smooth section. If you don't get into the rhythm within those first two corners, you pretty much got your first sector messed up already, and you have to master that. But if you do that, you can really get into a nice rhythm, and the flow is very important on this track.
Yeah, and talking about the first sector, we have James right now in the first sector. He will be the first driver to set a lap, I believe. As he's taking these, as it's clipping the curb in the left-hander there. Not really the best thing to do. And on the top pair, his first sector is a 33.6. I'm not sure how good that is.
What have you got to say about tire strategies?
Tire
strategies?
What do you
think?
Ooh.
What's gonna be?
We can already see a lot of guys is out on mediums. 2 guys are out on soft. So I think we can say for sure that tire strategy will probably be soft to mediums. If not, we would have seen more guys out on supers already. And I don't really know, so I'm gonna have to go with what most people are doing and say soft to mediums.
I think soft is gonna be the tire of choice for the start of the race, at least, as well. But the thing is, if your tires are worn out, you really lose quite a lot of time on this track. So managing your tires really is important. As you can see, if you switch on to Jared Fosbury's car, you can see that he has picked the number 1 on his car after securing the championship in Germany. He is actually allowed to do that, as far as I know. So,
well, I can tell you that he really wanted to use that number 1, and well, he is the champion, so we'll give him that. His first time though is a 30.1. I don't really know how good that is being on the mediums, but pole time, what do you think it will be today, Felix?
Absolutely no idea. I gotta admit, I haven't been on Japan on this game for quite a long amount of time, so I really don't know how the times are gonna be. But I just know that softs to mediums should be the strategy of choice. But I don't know how the lap times are going to look like. So I just can tell you something about the track itself, but sadly not about the lap times.
Interesting to see though, but the Renault driver of Paco Suarez is going for a set of supers now. as he's in the last two corners now. I do believe that Paco today are, and
Oh,
there we
and he
can
spun.
see the proof of him trying to be on no traction today. He's also using no ABS, I believe, so hard to say if he will show his usual pace.
Yeah, mistakes
Lee,
happen,
on the other hand,
especially out
he
of that
is
corner.
looking for his first win in IRL. He's been
Yeah, and
up
that
there all season.
really is a shame that he hasn't got his win so far. I mean, it's pretty similar to Nico Hülkenberg with his podium. He just always seemed to be a very good driver, very quick driver. But when he had the possibility to win a race, or in Hülkenberg's case to secure a podium, he really couldn't keep it. He couldn't keep it on track or couldn't keep his head down. Always something, yeah, got in his way. And Lee seems to be the Nico Hülkenberg out of in IRL F2,
Well,
even though
kind
he is
of.
very
He does a
quick.
32.6 there, so not the best lap. I
But I
don't
guess
know if
that's
he
not.
will be going for another lap, but we're gonna have a look at... Well, we're not gonna have a look at Charlie Sampson as he's been off track. Well, he
Yeah,
is off track.
I can tell you that Lee's lap isn't really competitive because he has quite a lot of ERS left. So I don't think he used his ERS.
Alright, but let's have a look at Nino as he's had his ups and downs this season. Really struggled for a lot of races, but he's also shown a lot of pace sometimes as he
Oh.
spins after the assist.
And that's his front wing gone.
Well, we're not gonna see him doing a
That's
lap now then.
that's a typical mistake, I'd say. Dunlop corner, I think
But
it's turn 7, where he touched the grass on the outside and then just lost the car. That happens so easily on this track. You have to really extend
oh yeah,
your line there to get a very
and
good exit,
now
and
we
it's
can
the
see that
Dunlop corner.
Tyler Thomas in the Ferrari today is out on super soft tires, and he's starting his lap as he goes to the first corner. Looks nice and tidy going into the SS now. Ooh, doesn't look too bad. He's turned down the ERS though, so
Maybe he's got some kind of warning. Oh, it
oh, and
touches
it
the same mistake, and as well loses his front wing. So the Dunlop corner seems to really get those drivers today in trouble. As
oh
I
yeah.
said, a very tricky corner
But
when
look at
you
this though,
want to extend that line.
Storm is out on the lap, and he's in 130R going into the final chicane now. He's on soft tires, however. I think it's a bit early to be on the soft tires. Coming to the line, it's a 29.2, which puts him 4th.
Not too high up actually, just 5
Yeah,
tenths
true.
ahead of Cooper.
Well, Cooper isn't a too shabby driver himself either.
Yeah, but still he is on mediums though. That was my point, not that
Yeah.
Cooper isn't a good driver. Um,
Let's
yeah, I think
see. Well,
it's
Tyler has a
interesting.
damaged front wing.
As well, of course,
Pro.
it's now the penultimate race of the season, so drivers really want to show what they're capable of, that they still have got pace at the end of the season. And around Japan, that is really a good possibility. At Japan, you really have to be, yeah, on the edge, on the limit to get a good lap time here. And that's why it's a very skill-based track, in my opinion. Very difficult to overtake
Really
as
is.
well if you don't have
And now we have
a lot more
Paco.
straight line speed.
Paco going into the last chicane. Can he keep it this time? He's
Yes,
keeping
indeed.
it, but
Very
how
careful on the
good
power,
is the
though.
time? He might have been a little too cautious there, which gives him a 31.5.
Way
Not as good
far
as we could
behind.
expect from him.
Yeah,
By the way, if
1.4
anybody
seconds off his teammate.
watching the stream is in the lobby, if you could send an invite to James Jock again, that would be Chipsman Crunchy. That would be great, as he did ask for one. Can't remember to see him joining back again. Oh, and look at this, we have James now out on lap on the soft tires. James has been a very unpredictable driver this season.
Back end kick slightly.
You know, I just remembered we have forgot to guess the top two front rows, Felix, so...
We exactly have had the same thought in that second. I just thought, oh, we forgot to predict, as I saw Marcel in first place right there. Do you want to start then?
Well, I can start. Well, since we're seeing Marcel definitely picking the super strategy, I'm gonna go with him in pole. I don't think the others will be able to match if he gets in a better lap at the end. For second, I'm gonna be going Jared Fosbury, then Lee Kelly in third, and I'm gonna be going with Ocean in fourth.
I'm gonna go with Marcel on pole as well. In second, I think it's gonna be Lee, then Jared, and then actually Cooper, who is slightly quicker than Jared right now on the same compound up tire. So
Nino is in 0 ERS, so he is not on a lap. Tyler Thomas is out again and on a lap, I believe, on the super soft tires again. Going into the first sector. Ooh, and he is off track, and that's his lap over. He does have enough time to get in again and
that's
go
not the
for
first
last
time
lap.
Tyler Thomas does that in this quali session though.
Oh no, and Ocean is about to start a lap, so let's have a look at him as he's in the first sector. Ooh, he might be hitting traffic up ahead. As Callum Anderson says that Nino will bottle. And Marcel gets out of the way for Ocean. In the first sector, we see a 33 flat. Not really sure if that is too good enough. Coming into the hairpin. Got to say, for the no ABS users, that hairpin could be tricky because you have that kink of the right hand corner right before you go into the braking zone of the hairpin. I don't know if you would agree there, Felix.
I'm very sorry, but I checked the comments in that second. That's why I didn't pay attention. Sorry, could you repeat that?
Well, as I mentioned, that for the no ABS users, the hairpin could be a little tricky with that right hand kink right before the braking zone of the hairpin, basically.
Definitely. As probably a few people know, and Cooper puts in the fastest lap of the session so far.
Cooper in a good lap, but look, now Marcel is about to start a lap on the super soft tires. Yeah. And if he gets this lap together...
As I can say, ABS, non-ABS users do have it really difficult into the hairpin, as you said. But if you lock up, it's as Marcel goes slightly off track into turn 1. But the good thing is, if you lock up and you go a bit wide, you can take that line in the hairpin as well. If you go very wide in the hairpin, it doesn't cost you too much time around here.
You can actually get a better exit. Obviously, you will lose time if you go wide, but with the better exit, you can limit the time loss. As we see that Marcel is coming to the SS, and now you can see the right kink there.
And you don't have to hit the apex exactly, to be honest. Probably it's even quicker to go around there like Marcel does. Because you just get
Marcel
a slightly better
coming into Spoon now, also very important corner to get right. You can lose a lot of time by not hitting hitting it as he should. Looks like Marcel got a good line there. Might have been a bit wide, but you do want to go a little wide there too.
Yeah. And now coming around 130R, shifting up very late.
He's low on fuel.
Now
And
comes around the final
on
corner
to the
and
line. He's
sets
at
a
27.9.
27.9.
I
That
got to
looks
admit,
like a good lap.
I don't really, and he has retired, so that was his last attempt. Storm, another driver out on the lap now on super soft tires. Should definitely be one of the drivers we can expect to be up there, as I do believe that was probably Charlie Sampson in the McLaren off track there.
Yep. That is indeed. As Nino Romanello starts his lap now, going into turns 1 and 2. A very smooth run he has got there on the soft compounded tires. He needs to set in a lap because he hasn't set a lap so far. Oh, but now he loses the back end and he's wide and he's spun round and that's his quali over. He can't get over the line.
That is too bad.
In
as
time
Charlie
enough.
gets disqualified from the session. And Storm loses it in the pit lane. Well, in the pit lane barrier.
Nino has to go quick now because he has to come over the line before
interesting.
the time
Ushin
ends.
has opted to change his strategy and go on the super soft now, so he will be starting a lap on the supers right now. And I don't know if we can expect him to challenge Marcel's time there. Hopefully he can.
As we now see Paco Suarez coming around the final corner, starting his lap.
And Nino will be starting from the back.
Yep.
Ushin in the first
Jared
sector. I believe he had a 33 flat. It's a 33 flat again. Ooh, breakdown a bit more than I would expect him to do. But coming into the hairpin, seems like he's getting a good exit there. Called it well. As Charlie has left the session now. I don't know why he's done that.
Jared Fosbury coming around 130R now on his final lap on the soft compound tires. Coming around the final chicane now. That has to be a good exit. Comes over the line to get P2.
Second. Well,
right
you do gotta remember
Cooper.
Ushin is coming on super soft tires and he is coming to the line now. Can it be pole?
What's it gonna be?
It is
yes,
pole by
it is pole position.
half a second. So a good first quali for Ushin.
Lee has still yet to cross the line though.
Oh well, we can't forget Lee.
He comes around the final chicane now on the soft compound tires. Can he beat Jared though? That is the only question, to be honest. And he can. He beats him by 2/10. That's a very good lap from Lee.
And Paco has finished his quali. Tyler is still out, but he's not on a lap, and that means that we will have Ushin in pole position ahead of Marcel Holler in second, both on Supersoft. Then you have Lee, Jared and Cooper in third, fourth and fifth on soft tires, before James in sixth with Supersoft. Paco in seventh on soft tires. Being on no assist today, I do understand how he didn't get it totally good together. Storm in eighth on supers. Before Tyler in ninth and Billy in 10th, I believe.
It's his first pole as well, I think, right?
Who's Ushin's?
Yeah, I mean, he got pole, so...
Well, it's his first race in IRL, so... It's his first pole too.
Impressive debut. Derek meanwhile says in the comments he hasn't practiced at all, so
Well, I do
he's
know.
very happy.
Question now is, what will the driver outside of the top 10 opt to do, especially with Nino, as has steady been up there this season. He has had a few bottles though, but starting in 12th position, it's gonna be interesting to see what kind of strategy he will choose. What do you think, Felix? Starting
uh,
outside?
I can only say what I would do starting outside the top 10. Go with the harder tires, then use the softer tires towards the end. So I'd start on the mediums to finish the race on the softs, and have the good pace towards the end of the race. But it's obviously very difficult to get past people around here. Uh, so yeah, it's gonna be difficult. Gonna be very difficult. You need that straight line
I'm
speed
gonna just...
because the DRS straight isn't too long. The braking zone into turns 1 and 2 isn't too heavy or too long either. And for one way or the other, join, which
Well, it does not look like he
very
will be
sad.
able to join now. If anyone is listening, can you... Chipsman Crunchy, is his car on the grid?
Let me check quickly.
No.
Nope. But we have a new driver. Pro F1 driver 05. That is Kevin. I've been informed by Paco Suarez. That's
Oh, you have?
yeah, Paco just messaged me saying that his name is Paco. It's is Kevin, sorry. It's someone is a friend of Paco Suarez. So
Well,
Paco
I've
Suarez
also
guaranteed he's
raced
clean
him,
and quick.
and well, I have raced him, and he seemed like a clean driver. He's not too slow either, so could be interesting to see what kind of position he can get.
First of all, though,
Obviously,
let's check the
starting
tire
last though
compounds.
on a default setup, it's not gonna be easy.
So we can see outside the top 10, Nino starting on mediums. Convex Popeye, that should be Chris Ryan, who is starting on supers actually. Then we have Charlie Sampson on mediums as well, and Kevin. So everyone except from
If you can give
everyone.
me a second. Because I was in party screen. Well, as we are having the start now.
So
Alright,
lights are coming
there
on
I'm
now.
getting a good view. And we're getting the lights, and it's 5 red lights.
It's lights out, and away we
when
go.
it
It's a
looks
good
like
start
a
from
good
P2,
start
it
from
looks
Marcel.
like. Yeah, and he gets into the lead of the race already. Lee has got a great start as well. He's down inside of the Mercedes, and he gets past and gets P2. A great start from him. So Jared keeps the spot against Cooper. So it seems like a very clean start. Everyone's got.
Oh, but look at this, the Mercedes driver of Ocean taking back that second place from
That
Lee.
was close. And now Jared Fosbury will try to go down the inside. No, he backed out of that move. Lee
Oh, but I think we can
meanwhile,
definitely
is under pressure.
expect a move soon.
Oh, and Fosbury tries to get a good exit.
And look at this, Fosbury might have a run into Spoon if he dares. He doesn't, however. Sticks behind him at the moment.
Gotta say, it's impressive to see that everyone's got through the first lap.
Oh, and
good.
the Force India of Willie ran wide in Spoon.
As I said that, someone has got wide. Oh, Lee is under pressure from Garrett now.
Oh, look at
Garrett
this
stays
too.
behind for first.
Ushin might have had a bad start, but he is coming back at Marcel now. Just 3/10 separating the two first super soft runners. They
Will he
need
go
to pull
round the
away.
outside into turn one? I don't think that's a good idea. No, he backs out of that
And
move.
look at that view. As we can see, the drivers, Ushin wants to make up that position again.
Storm, right? Oh, and Storm goes for a move on James, I think that was.
In the S's.
Yes, that was James Sands. James made a mistake in front of him. Oh, and now we have yellow flags.
Who could that be then?
Oh, yeah, that's Charlie Sampson spun into the S's.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh, and James, I believe it is.
James
he went
Sands,
into
in the
gravel. Oh,
but
and
look
Paco
at that.
locking
the
up in
top
the hairpin.
four, each separated by 5/10 from each other. Even though considering Fosbury and Lee are on softs. Lee Kelly
Definitely looking
obviously
strong from both Lee and Jared today. Can this be Lee's opportunity to get his first ever race win in IRL?
That would really be deserved.
Oh,
Meanwhile, we have Kevin charging through the field.
Up to 11th already.
Right behind. Oh, and there's been a crash, and Tyler Thomas has come across the track, and there's been a huge crash.
Oh, and look at this. James is out trying to avoid the drivers.
And that was a huge crash.
4 drivers out
Tyler
in
Thomas.
one corner.
I saw that exactly because Tyler Thomas lost the back end out of 130. Hit the left, hit the ball on the left.
To you, Marshall. Paco is using no TC and no ABS today, so he is probably struggling.
It looks like Tyler Thomas hit the ball on the left-hand side, then came across the track because he's lost his wheel, and then it was nearly impossible for Chris Ryan to avoid his teammate coming across the track. Kevin was right behind Chris Ryan as well, so he was caught up in this, and then James Sands as well was an innocent bystander, as were Kevin and James Sands. Very disappointing debut for Kevin.
Well,
as
I mean,
a one-off appearance.
And Jorge just joined the stream for that moment, I believe. That is a shame. Unbelievably.
We have Storm right behind.
We have no safety car after that. And look at this though, Jared is chasing after Lee Kelly. He wants this 3rd position. Could also be net first. Nino, however, he should
Adrian
be
Storm
glad.
right behind Harry Cooper on the main straight. He tries to go around the outside. Can he make the mistake with DRS? It looks like he can. Yes, he tucks in behind Harry Cooper, and he has lost that 5th spot to the Mercedes driver.
Oh yeah, and Storm already made up 3 positions. But look at this, now we have Ushin right behind Marcel, the 2 super soft runners. How long into the race will they go before they have to pit from these tires?
I have actually no idea. Meanwhile, Cameron West Network's former owner of this league just sent me a message saying he wants a clip of that crash. Because that really was a huge accident. Yep, Cameron West Network.
I did not catch it. Maybe you did.
I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
did.
did. I was
Oh, you're
on
gonna have
board
to
with Kevin.
save that. That's probably gonna go down in a top 5 lift over the biggest crashes.
That is definitely the case. It's
As we can see that
Marcel.
Ocean is going on Marcel's inside before 130R, and he makes the move. Can he keep the car in
Oh,
front
Marcel
though?
tried to go around the outside. Marcel Holler in the Sauber, very
And
aggressive.
look at this. These two.
Oh,
And Ocean
and
goes
Ocean
into the
goes
pit.
into the pits. Oh, and he's got a 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane.
That is not what you want to have, but Marcel is now being attacked by Lee Kelly.
He seems to be, yeah, like Monaco. He seems to be having pace. And as Storm and as Harry Cooper and
but he's
Storm
got to be careful because
again.
Marcel, I think with Ocean going into the pit, that indicates that his tires were going off and Marcel's tires probably going off too, so Lee better be careful to not hit a spinning Marcel or something.
Fosbury slightly touches the gravel.
And he gets
a penalty for that.
time penalty, and I think at the moment it's Lee and Jared fighting for the win. I think Ocean is on a 2-stop, so he is on fresh supers at the moment. Marcel, he will also be doing a 2-stop if he doesn't try to stick it out for longer. I don't think he can do that.
Marcel, on my screen it says Marcel has a bad internet connection. As something happened with Harry Cooper. And he's went off track and then retired from the session. He hasn't lost anything from his car. His car isn't broken, but he retired.
That is a shame.
He wanted to give up
for a good race too.
And now look at Lee. Lee is right behind Marcel Holler. Will he try to go around the outside into turn 1? He'll try to get a good exit out of turn 2. Oh, they're side by side. It's here. That's
now
risky. And Jared Fosbury is very close to them as well. He just seems to be waiting until, everything collapses ahead of him, so he can take the lead of the race. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Lee is going to take the lead from Marcel Holler within the next few laps.
And apparently Cooper has said that people don't know how to get back on track safely, so might have been something we didn't see there, Felix. It's a shame for Cooper, however, but we're gonna have to keep an eye on this battle because it can't be long until we see Lee making a pass on Marcel. He was close on the last lap. He's yet again close to Marcel. I don't think he will be able to do it before the main straight, as he's closing in 130R. Can he go for a move into the no, he can't.
Not even finishing your sentence there because
I almost did hairpin, so I stopped it.
You backed out of that sentence.
I backed out of it.
But maybe down the inside, yes, the inside line, and that seems like it could be P1, and yes, it is. A clean overtake. Marcel didn't seem to fight too hard either. So now, within that one lap, Marcel will hold up Jared most likely, and within that one lap, Lee needs to get a gap as big as he can. So Jared
Marcel might have held up Lee a little with the last lap, but he's definitely rooting for Marcel right now to hold up Jared.
The thing is, I think Marcel is trying to make the one-stop work. I think he wants to switch into the mediums as Ocean pitted for new supers. Well, if he can make that work, the gap behind Jared is 5.5 seconds down to Storm.
So he can save some tires now and try to make that work, however.
I think a 2-stop would be too late now. I think he lost too much time already to now make the 2-stop still work.
Well, that depends though on what the two-stop is.
Oh, goes
Oh, and
slightly
Jared
wide.
is impatient. He wants to get past Marcel now. He's going to get a better
Understandable
exit
though.
here though.
Oh, and now
Marcel
Marcel
pits.
goes into the pits. The question is, which tire is he going to fit?
And as we have nobody battling for position right now, we can choose to actually see what tires he's going
And
to go
it's
on.
gonna be the medium
Mediums.
compound. So
Which
he
means
will
that-
be trying to go till the end, which is,
And
in my opinion, the most smart decision he could have made in that situation.
well, depending if the mediums can go for 20 laps though.
I think with enough tire saving you can actually take them 20 laps.
Marshall has made a good point in the live stream here, saying that Marcel has actually helped Ushin, and it does have a point by holding up Lee and Jared. Ushin might make the two-stop work, but I do still think he's too far behind right now. Obviously, he will be on the soft tires in the end, I believe, so he will have quicker tires than the two front runners. Nino, though, he's up to 4th place at the moment, and he's on medium tires. Do you think he can go on the podium in the end?
Maybe. I don't know how quick everyone's gonna be now and how the tires will play out in the end.
Well,
I think I'm gonna make a prediction now. I'm gonna say that Lee Kelly will win this race ahead of Jared Fosbury and Marcel Holler. That's my top 3 finishing positions right there.
Jared is losing time to Lee now. After he slipped out of that DRS zone on Lee, he's just looking like he doesn't have the same pace as Lee. So, what did you say your podium was?
Lee, Jared, and Marcel.
You know, I think I can go. I think I'm gonna go the same actually, because Marcel does have a good gap right now. He has 6.5 up to Ushin, but Ushin will pit again, so he has pretty much almost 9 seconds of clear air.
Yeah, so right now we sadly don't have a battle on track at the moment, which is not too often the case in a league race, to be honest.
Well, nah, I see that in a lot of leagues, to be honest, but in this F2, IRL F2, we usually don't have moments without battles. There is usually always someone battling, and Marshall is saying Lee, Jared, Ushin, so I believe that's his guess for the podium. So he believes that Ushin will make the two-stop work to get a podium.
I can't see that happening, to be honest.
I can see that happening, but he's already losing time to Marcel now.
I mean, he's still...
I don't think he can take the softs for a lot more than 15 laps, if he can take them that much. So he's gotta be on those supers a few more laps.
Gonna be interesting to see how that goes out.
And he's losing massively to Marcel now, as he lost another 3/10 just now. Jared, on the other hand, is also losing time to Lee. Can Lee finally get his first win in IRL?
I really want to see that happen.
He has mentioned a few times that he thinks that when we came into the last part of the season that he thought this could be a track for him to get a win, because apparently many people doesn't like it, and he actually does like it, so he might be proving us right now that this is the track for him to get his first win. But now we are having a battle with Ushin and Paco. And this is not the battle Ushin wants. Paco is Jared's teammate, so he could choose to try to hold Ushin up Although with Paco, ooh, Storm gets a 5-second stop and go, speeding into the pit lane. Paco pits,
Paco goes into the pits.
which means that Ushin didn't get held up at all. Question is, where will Storm and Paco come out? They're both behind Marcel. They're both behind Charlie Sampson too. As Jared is closing a little in on Lee again. Looks like he's closing a little in the first sector, but he's losing in the second and third sector. Another prediction from Marshall Felix. Nino will crash and Marcel will have a spin.
That's a very different prediction, I'd say.
It's a bottle prediction, basically. I don't know. Would you agree?
I don't think that Marcel is gonna spin, to be honest. And I'm not sure if Nino is going to crash. I think he will be consistent enough to finish this race. So nah, I don't agree. If someone's gonna bottle it, I'll go for Jared because, yeah, he is known as Jared Bottleberry. So
Well,
as he pits right now,
it's actually Foss Bottleberry. He's that special that he's gotten 2 bottle names.
so
Think
he
about that
fits
one.
the medium tires now.
But to be fair, we gotta recognize that Fosbury has been by far the most consistent this season. He's pitting though, so he's trying to do an undercut on Lee. As we see
I
that
think he
Billy
just-
is pitting too.
I think he's just trying to minimize that loss of time he gets to Marcel. He's only 3 seconds behind Marcel, and I don't think that gap is big enough to hold till the end of the race, due to the fact that Marcel's tires are going to be very worn towards the end of the race. If he even makes
Well-
that, he could puncture.
Oh, that would be spectacular. Puncture on the last lap. For the
I
podium.
mean, you call it spectacular, I would feel very sorry.
Well, I would obviously
But
feel
everyone
sorry for
sees that
Marcel,
different.
but it would still be spectacular. I think about it, if
Similar
that's gonna be
to
the thing that
Valtteri
decides
Bottas.
if Marcel with his 1 stop from the supers decides if he's gonna end on the podium, or Ushin who's doing the 2 stop from supers. Marshall making a small joke about Billy, that we should take a moment and appreciate that Billy hasn't lagged out yet. To be fair, Billy has consistently
As Lee
lagged
pits
out,
now,
but
Lee
he
pits,
hasn't today.
and he is right in front of Marcel. So
Oh, but
he
he's
really
on,
has
he's
quite a
on
big
cold
gap.
mediums right now, though.
Yeah, but I don't think that in the S's Marcel will be able
It's
to
obviously
overtake
that
Lee.
he has taken time on Jared. Obviously, Jared has been on cold mediums, so we do expect him then to lose.
Oh,
time to
Marcel's
Lee,
going
but
for
look
it.
at Marcel though.
Oh,
Well, in my opinion, if Marcel
Marcel
plays
lost
this
the back end, slightly
smart,
touched the grass.
if Marcel plays this smart, he doesn't battle for that position. He lets Lee get a little away, while Marcel should think about his tires.
Yeah, and his gap to Jared as well. It's already come down to 1.6 seconds,
Yeah, and
as
that's
it was 3
probably
seconds at the beginning of the
as
lap because he
Lee
got
is
held
on
up
cold
by. Yeah,
mediums now.
but Marcel seems to have got a good exit.
Ooh, he's gonna go for that first position right now. Or
No,
is
he's
he
not.
he's waiting to the main
backing
straight.
off. Yeah, I don't know if he's even waiting.
As Ushin makes
he
his
might
pit stop.
just stay behind him because he thinks the same as you do. But he wants to get that slipstream.
Yeah, maybe.
But he seems So he seems to have bottled it. If he wanted to make that move done, he waited that bit too long. And Lee is still ahead.
Yeah, and now I think that
No.
Lee has heated up his tires. I think Lee will start to pull away slightly. Which it looks like it does too.
Jared is within 1 second.
Yeah, but Jared's got to get past Marcel though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's getting closer, so he will be able to get past in the next few laps, I guess.
Cold tires still matters, Marshall.
And then maybe let's see what Jared can do while he chases after Lee. He's actually not too far away. He's only about a second behind Lee at the moment.
Yeah, but he's in the same situation as earlier. He's behind Marcel, and Lee is ahead of Marcel. And I do remember that Jared got that 3-second time penalty too, so if
and Marcel
looks like Marcel almost lost it there.
Don't tell me those mediums are already feeling bad, because if they are, that is going to be a very long race for him.
Well, mediums always feel bad in my opinion. Almost. But I don't think
that's true.
I think he probably just had a small moment there. He isn't losing any more to Lee, but Jared seems to be struggling to get with in the
and Nino spun. Nino bottled it. And Lewis's prediction is right. Nino will crash. Lewis said Nino will crash, and now Nino's doing donuts.
He spun, but I don't know if he's doing those donuts on purpose or if
he
just...
is.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
Well, as long as he makes sure that he doesn't get in way for someone. It looked like he might have done it there,
but I don't understand that. He could still get a good amount of points.
Yeah.
And now he crashes on purpose. So no points for Nino then. Lewis.
No points for Nino.
Congrats, your prediction is
Lee
right.
Probably not happy with, as they're fighting in the constructor.
Oh, and Marcel goes down the inside into the last chicane, and he makes the move stick. But now Lee is able to come back on him on the main straight with DRS.
And
Marcel covers the inside line. Nino has to go round the outside. Marcel backs out, and Nino's got it again.
But look at this though, Jared is losing time to these two right now. And the driver we haven't mentioned the last few laps is Ushin. He's out on those fresh soft tires now. Although he's far behind these drivers. One prediction right now for Marcel spin. Well, there is 11 laps left for Marcel to spin, although I don't think he's gonna do it today. He seems quick. It looks like he's trying to take care of his tires, although he's also fighting for the win. But Lee is definitely looking like he's going for this win today.
Yeah, he would really deserve that as well. Can only
he would deserve that. He's been up there and he's fought for the win plenty of times, but he hasn't got it yet. But look at Marcel though, he's close yet again. He's gonna do it on the main straight this time, at least trying. I think he's close enough. Oh, but he's gonna have to do it around the outside.
Oh, that looked like slight contact. Oh, he nearly lost his car completely. He touched the grass on the exit and then swerved across the track.
Put Marcel right back with Jared now.
Yeah, 1 second behind Lee.
And this gives Lee the opportunity to not worry about Marcel and Jared. He can just push to make sure that he gets a bigger gap now. Marcel, on the other hand, he has to defend from Jared. Although, in my opinion, Marcel has looked quicker when he's battled with Marcel than Jared has. So, it's gonna be interesting to see which order we get on the podium and who we get there.
Sadly, I can already say that I won't see that because I'll have to leave in a few minutes already. Probably around lap 20.
Leaving me on my own. I see how it is.
Well, at least I was there for 20 laps.
well, 17 actually. 18.
I'm not leaving now. I'm still waiting for something to happen. I'm still waiting for that second prediction that was made.
Well, Marcel has closed the gap to Lee again and pulled away from Jared.
Seems like he doesn't care about his size all too much right now.
I got to say, Marcel does look like the quickest driver right now.
Ocean with a new fastest lap.
Yeah, but you gotta remember he's still around, shall we see, 12,
yeah, around
14
14
and a half seconds behind Jared. So he has a lot of time to make up in these last laps. And he has 2 drivers to pass in the progress, so I don't think we'll see him on the podium. Marcel, on the other hand, is still trying to close that gap to Lee and is still trying to get past. Well, he will be trying to get past. 10 laps old mediums already.
So as we now have 9 laps left as we cross the line. You right now have Lee Kelly in the lead ahead of Marcel Holler and Jared Fosbury. Then Adrian Storm, Paco Suarez, Ocean, and
Ocean will be looking to make a pass on Paco soon, as we see that he has closed down the gap now. Marcel, however, isn't close enough to Lee going into the first corner. Lee, however, hasn't had the best first sector this race.
Just to finish that off, look at
this. Ocean is going on Paco's inside into the first corner.
And Marcel has lost it again, so his tires really seem to go down now. Charlie Sampson in P7 and Betty Mossam in P8 just to finish that off at the moment. Lewis says in the chat, no Felix. So it seems like we have one sad person that I'll be leaving.
Felix. Well, Marshall, you're in the chat there, so how long do you reckon the medium tires can go before they puncture? If you could be able to answer that, that would have been great. Because I have no idea, but Marcel is on 11 laps old mediums already.
He seems to be losing grip at some points already. So well, my prediction could really...
He's still hanging in there with Lee, and he's still 1.5 seconds ahead of Jared.
But still,
you know, I
it's
think
gonna be interesting.
I know that Jared has his eyes set on 2 more podiums this season, which would probably make up for an impossible F2 record to beat, as he's almost gotten podiums in every race. So I don't know if he's just not on the pace as these 2 front runners right now, or if he's kind of safing a little. Paco, however, is trying to fight back with Ocean. He's trying to stick with him. But Marcel, though, he is getting close to Lee again. Alright, so Jorge says that he thinks the medium tires can go 20 laps. Marshall says around 21, 22 laps.
So that should remain.
So 7 laps more. Marcel should be able to make it then, but obviously if Jorge is right and they can go 20 laps depending on setup, Jorge will have made 19 laps on those tires.
But Marcel seems to be quick, but
In the
still
end,
he seems to be struggling at some positions on the track though.
well, that could be his tires
I'd
getting
say for
warm.
this attack, and there's contact! Maybe a bit over aggressive from Marcel Holler. As Lee, oh my god, that's getting really dirty right now. And again, contact.
Well, they're both
As we now
making
see that
it
both
through
of
the
them into
first corner.
turns 1 and 2. Oh, that seemed, I don't know if there was contact on your screen as well, but on my screen they
I didn't get a
hit
good
each other
view on it.
multiple times. So that didn't seem too clean. But Marcel Holler now is leading the race. Oh, and still he's struggling for grip.
Oh yeah,
As Lee Kelly is right behind him again.
Lee, is he gonna go for this move? He's gonna wait a little. We might see a move into the hairpin, or
I think he's too far away.
he's gonna wait. He's gonna wait to the straights. But these two battling does bring Jared back in the battle again. He's just over the DRS limit now. I don't know. Do you think we will see Jared being able to contest for the win today, or do you think he's...
I don't think so actually, except for just if Lee really crashes with Marcel now, which I don't think is really going to happen. But otherwise, I don't think.
Another penalty for Jared.
Victory.
Usually don't pay too much attention to the penalties, but I know that Jared has 6 seconds right now.
But what I do know is that I am going to be leaving now, sadly. As Paco Suarez lost it, I just skip through a few drivers, and then I see Paco Suarez spinning out of the last chicane.
That is a shame for him, but Lee...
And Charlie Sampson is gonna get past him now.
Can he make the move anytime soon? I think we will look for a move into the hairpin or the straights.
I don't think he's close enough either.
Marcel is holding his ground at the moment. He doesn't go for that dive, and Jared is actually quite close now. Although Jared, with those 6 seconds of penalty, he would have to get ahead of these two and pull out the gap, which I think is very unlikely we will see. As they're coming down this back straight.
Lee is really closing in on Marcel. He's
we need a DRS zone
to get the
straight.
DRS, yeah.
Oh, but look at Jared. He's...
Oh, Jared goes down the inside. He
mix.
surprised Lee because Lee lifted off and ruined Lee's run.
Oh, and this might have helped Marcel a little, as I don't think they're gonna catch Marcel before the first corner, which gives Marcel a bit of breathing space. Although, yeah, look at this. Jared
I'm very sorry, but I actually have to say I have to leave now. I still think that Lee's gonna win ahead of Jared and then Marcel. So, Sondre, I'm sorry to leave you on your own, but
that is alright, Felix.
Good luck on.
But look at this now, Charlie Sampson going for the move into the first corner, around Paco's outside. Still right next to him, going into this as Paco backs out. Although Paco is looking to make that move back. And it looks like Charlie Sampson has made the move stick. But Lee is close to Marcel again in Spoon. Jared is also right there. Ooh, and Jared looks to make the move on Lee. into 130R. He just sits behind at the moment. And Marcel, he's got to be struggling with his tires now. And Lee should be close enough to make the move on Marcel into the first corner. He goes around the outside. He gets ahead before the first corner. Jared, however, is still behind Marcel and looking for an opportunity. Lee has to just pull out the gap now, as we have 3 laps left. So we're in the final few laps now. Jared is looking feisty. He wants to get ahead of Marcel as they come into Degner. And Marcel gets a much better exit than Jared. Into the hairpin. The 3 top front runners still close together. Will we see somebody make a move soon? I think we gotta wait until this straight after spoon. But it doesn't look like Jared is able to get close enough to Marcel, and Marcel has lost a little time to Lee right now. Lee has also looked strong in the second and last sector, as he still is. As Billy sets fastest lap on the first set of supers. Might see Paco taking that fastest lap as he is on the first set of supers now. Marcel gets a good exit from the last chicane. Closing the gap to Lee, but not by enough. And Marcel just 3 tenths behind. Jared has backed off a little, or he's just not able to stay with them. As we can see, Marcel's on-board view right now. Oh, taking a little grass. It is the only battle we have on track right now. So right now, has Lee secured his first ever IRL win, or will Marcel still try to challenge him on the last 2 laps on those much older medium tires? One thing is for sure, he seems to have made the one stop work. Getting a small slider. Oh, taking grass on the exit there, which is not a good thing. Still closing the gap though. So Marshall, if you're still there, do you care to take one last prediction as he gets the spin from Marcel? It's a spin from Marcel and down to 4th place. That might have been the tires just going off. As we have 2 laps left, can we see then Jared coming back at Lee? He's just 1.4 seconds behind. The gap is still not too big, although Jared does have those penalties. I don't know if Lee has any penalties. First set of ultra super soft tires. Can he make a lunge for that fastest lap? As Jared has slightly closed the gap to Lee, now just over a second behind. Careful, yes, Jorge. Who's gonna take the race on track? Will it be Lee or will it be Jared? Gonna say Lee. I don't think Jared will pass Lee on track, even though he's getting close now. Into the last chicane. Onto the start-finish straight. This is one of Jared's last chances to get past Lee, and he gets past Lee into the first corner. Although these penalties should have made it hard for him right now, as I don't see him pulling out 6 seconds on one lap. Lee might be taking this lap cautious just to secure his first IRL F2 win. As they're coming into the second sector now. My thought exactly, Jorge. But we do have a battle further down too between Ushin and Marcel. The two guys who opted to start on the super soft tires, as we do see Paco setting fastest lap with a 29.8. Ushin doesn't look like he's getting the move, but Lee has made the move on Jared on the back straight after, right before 130R. We're gonna follow these two over the line now, as it looks like Lee has just secured his first ever IRL F2 win by going over the line. And there it is. It's first place ahead of Jared in second. We will have Storm in the third. Quiet race for him. As and Ushin retires. And Marcel gets third on penalties against Storm. But what has happened with Ushin? Oh, apparently Jared Fosbury has let Lee pass on the back straight on purpose, as Charlie passes the line in fifth. I did not see Ushin's car, and wide low Billy Mossam has passed the line, so he has finished 8th. Paco Suarez looks to have run out of fuel and will pass the line in, well, I think it is 6th position, because he will pass Ushin. From where? And Paco weaving over the line. I don't know if he's satisfied with his 6th place today or not. Obviously, being on no assists today, he couldn't challenge the front runners for the win. He was up there though, in the end. And Lee Kelly, it is finally getting his first place. The Williams driver, been one of the by far quickest drivers in IRL this season. F2 obviously. As Marcel says, bottle. I don't know if he's referring to himself. And the race finished with Lee in first, getting his first ever IRL F2 win, with Jared Fosbury in second, Marcel Holler in third, Adrian Storm in fourth, Charlie Sampson in fifth, Paco Suarez in sixth. Then we have Ushin in seventh and Billy in eighth. Nino, Cooper, James, Kevin, Chris and Tyler all retired. Obviously 4 of those drivers retiring in a big crash early on. And I got to say, not the best turn up today, but what a race we got with the battle for the win. And Marcel looked like he was going to make that one stop work. He almost did. And now we're gonna see if we can get some of the drivers in for interviews. We're gonna start off with the podium as always. So just be a little patient, guys, and will get them in. Who am I missing? And then we have invited a few drivers, so we will see if we get them in for interviews. And there we have Lee, there we have Jared, so we're gonna start off with Lee, Kelly, and Lee.
That took long enough.
Oh my god, exactly, that took long enough. You've been up there the whole season, except for maybe the first few rounds, and you've looked for that first win and you finally got it. Where is your mind right now?
Oh my emotions, like happy. But I was saying it like I said last week. If I was gonna get a win, if I was gonna get a win this season, I mean in the last two races, it would come here, and it has. So I'm honestly very happy. But it's, in my opinion, it's taken way too long.
Well, true, you did call this as the track where you could get the win. In the quali, did you always, like, were you set to start on the soft, or did you think about the supers?
No, I wasn't. I was never thinking about the supers really.
Fair enough. Going into the race then and starting in third position, I think.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Did you think that you were going to get the win, or did you think that the super runners ahead of you were going to make it?
Oh, I knew I had a chance, but at some Marcel able to do one stop, but he would. It was not a nice fight, but unfortunately he spun. I don't know how he did, but he spun, which is very unfortunate because we were having a good battle. But he still managed to finish third, which just shows how spread out the field was in that race.
Well, definitely, you and Marcel had a long battle there, and you looked like the two quickest drivers. At what point were you confident that the win was yours?
When Marcel spun.
Oh, so you weren't confident before that?
No, because as the last one on, I knew Marcel was gonna make it to the end, so.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
yeah, I knew it had 50-50, but Marcel's pace. I wasn't expecting his pace to be that good. Not going to lie.
Well, he did show good pace today. Maybe he should have started on soft as you guys. He didn't, however. He did have a spin, and I guess you knew that Jared had a few penalties.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so at that point you knew that you had to win. Did you let Jared past you, or?
Yeah, I let him pass me. I wasn't risking anything.
Well, that is
He
fair
let me
enough.
through anyway. Yeah, he let me through anyway. Or
Well,
the
with
straight through, you know.
finally getting that win, Lee, what are you thinking for the next race then? Brazil, the
Uh,
last race of the season.
don't know. Podium at least. Hopefully another win, but you never know.
Hopefully you just start winning
Jack.
every race. Is that the mindset?
Kind of. Brazil's one of my stronger tracks, so should be on the podium at the very least.
Fair enough. Well, congratulations on your first ever win in IRL, and good luck for Brazil.
Thank you very much.
So, shall we see? I believe we have Jared here too. We do. So, we're gonna go to Jared next then. Our championship winner. Driving with the number one.
Yep. Oh, so you did notice the change of detail then.
Well, Felix
Oh.
did.
Alright. I had to have that on.
Well,
So
Quali, you looked strong, but you just got outpaced a little by leader.
yeah, he's done a great drive today. Finally, you get your win. Well done. Finally, with me, Paco, and certain other F2 drivers who've won races now. So just keep it up. But no, honest, quali was shocking. Mediums just felt nothing. There was no grip on them at all, and they were quite warm, but there was just like no grip. And I gained 1.3 on the softs, which I was surprised how much I gained. And it got me second provisionally. And then 2 seconds later, everyone starts beating my lap. I was like, damn. And it put me fourth. And it reminded me of Germany, because Lee was in front of me. But Marcel wasn't in Germany. Marcel was behind, but Marcel this time was in front and Cooper was behind me. So I had to be careful in turn 1 because I know it's a hectic corner. So
For the race, Jared, you were obviously in the chance of the win, but you got 2 penalties there, which got to sting a little. But like, how was that battle with Lee and Marcel? And when you lost time, did you just not have the same pace right then, or?
Sorry, mate, I didn't hear that. My sister said something.
Well, I'll take it again for you. Obviously, you were in that fight for the win, Jared, and with Marcel and Lee, and for a few times you kind of fell off a little by a second to 2 seconds. Was that you just not having the pace, or?
No, I had the pace. It was just because fuel, for some reason, when I went in a rich, I had like 2 laps of fuel. It only lasted a lap. So I was saving fuel in the chicane and final straight, and ERS was a pain as well to manage. I had the pace to go for Lee, but I thought, the final few laps anyway, I got 6-second penalties, which shouldn't have happened, but happened.
You basically didn't believe you could pull away by that much pace in the end.
No, there was no way with that. The tyres were done as it was, because I almost lost it myself in the chicane on the final 2 laps. And then Marcel scared the crap out of me when he spun. But no, Lee did a great job, and those 2 battling, there was a bit of connection issues between both of the drivers, but no, they were fighting hard, and they reminded me of China with me and Paco, so yeah. There was no way I could catch them up.
Well, let's go on to the next race then, and Brazil. And if I can remember right, you are going to do a small challenge starting last.
Yep. I will be starting last, and I'll be taking the victory.
Oh, so you're saying it like that, you will take the victory.
I guarantee, I hope I take the victory. I'm only messing. No, see what it is. Depends what weather it is. If it's dries, there's a high chance. But if it's inters/wets, there's a chance of me crashing into the wall. Paco will be there. Me and him are battling as normal. But there's a threat now, a really scary threat, and that's Marcel. So, because today I don't know what he's done. I think he's finally woke up and put a turbocharger and a rocket engine right at the back of his car.
You got to remember that Marcel does have a race win in IRL.
Yeah, it was just amazing that pace he had.
Too. Although he struggled a little with his consistency, he's been there for most of the season.
Yeah, no, I've got to give him and Lee credit today though. So.
Well, congratulations on yet another podium. How many is that now?
Yeah, 17, I believe, 17 or 16, something like that.
17.
I've lost track.
Well, you're probably making a record that's gonna be really hard for any F2 driver to beat.
No, I'll beat it next season.
I highly doubt that you will. I got to be honest. But good luck for Brazil.
Yeah, man. Cheers.
And we're gonna go. I don't think we have Marcel here. So we don't know. So we're gonna go on to Charlie next then.
Hello.
Hello, Charlie. And if you could refresh my mind on your finishing position.
P5.
All right, P5. Well, good position for you then there now at the end of the season. I didn't catch much of your race, so if you could just, like, did you have any good battles or...
I had a fun battle with Paco after we spun into the gravel. That was good.
You both spun. That's right. Well, are you happy with your 5th place then?
Yeah, I'm very happy from the back of the grid. It's good.
Yeah, because you started a little far down, didn't you?
Yeah, P13.
Alright, well, that's a few positions made up then. And, well, if I do remember correctly, you are the driver who's made up the most positions from quali until race finish this season, aren't you?
Yeah.
Wait, I can't remember exactly, but before Germany it was 62 positions made up. Obviously you're gonna add another 13th, the 5th, 8 positions today. Can't
Yeah.
remember your Germany race, but you're gonna pass
I wasn't
70...
here in Germany.
Oh, you wasn't there. Ah, that's right.
No.
So you're passing 70 positions earned from quali to race
Yeah.
this season. Is this something that like tells you that next season you just have to get to quali better and you'll be able to be up there, or?
Yeah, I definitely, if I could improve my quality, then I'd get involved in a lot less incidents and I'd just have more points in the whole.
True. For Brazil, is that a race you're looking forward to? Maybe rain?
I think hopefully rain. Brazil's also a track where I think time penalties are going to make all the difference. So
Alright. Well, for now, congratulations on your 5th place today and good luck for Brazil.
thank you.
And then we have Paco
Hello.
Suarez. Today, 6th place, I believe.
Yeah. 6th place.
And I do believe you were driving with no assists too.
Exactly.
Alright, so first off, tell us how that experience was with no assist today. Were you
I was
hoping to be,
suffering
or?
more than enjoying it. I was suffering. Trying to keep the car in the track. Like at the start, I have to say I had pace to follow the guys, but you start touching a curb, then maybe you lose a bit the back end, and you start losing confidence. So you are more careful when you hit the turn. So after that first laps, I started to be a bit slower. Taking care to not bottle it, and Nino catch me. He overtook me. I didn't fight him back. I tried to follow him, but then I spun a bit and lost time. Went to the pits. Just came in front of Oisin. What is he? What is his real name?
I believe it's Ocean, but I'm not exactly sure how
Oh.
to pronounce it. I do believe he is here in the party, so can ask him about that after we're done with you.
All right. Well, I fought up with him. We had a fight. So he passed me. I tried to pass him over, but made another mistake and spun again. Charlie was able to catch me, and we had a fight. He passed me again. I spun again. Had to pit, and I did the fastest lap.
Yeah, I did see that. Well, you happy with that race then, or?
Well, to be honest, I think that if I had been with assists, maybe I would have been challenging for the victory, or maybe because there was a point of the race, you know, that I took that I put again the assists for 2 laps, and I reduced the
Ooh.
distance with Storm by 3 seconds. You know, so seeing that, I decided to put back like B without assist again. But seeing that, I was sure that with assists I would have been fighting for the win. But still, I think that there's a lot, a big margin to improve.
All right. Well,
And
for
yeah.
Brazil then, will you be driving no assist again?
I don't know. I will be practicing during the week, and I would like that the last race I can fight for the victory. You know, it would be nice. So depends. If I see myself with chances of fighting without assists, I will. If not, I will put assists on.
All right, fair enough. Well, congratulations on your sixth place, I believe, and good luck for Brazil.
Thank you very much.
And then we have the last driver to be interviewed today, Ushin.
Yeah.
All right, so first off, how do you pronounce your name?
Uh, it's Oshin. It's like it's hard to pronounce because
All
it's
right.
Irish. It's just,
Well, I haven't been pronouncing it too badly then, I hope.
yeah. Some people call me like Ozine and stuff. It's just you're close enough.
Well, I thought I remembered something about it being more like Ushin after PhD always, so I went with that. Obviously, you opted to start on the super soft tires. Do you feel like that was the right strategy call, or?
For me personally, I was just trying out a different strategy for a different race I have tonight as well as pushing
I
for
know
tonight.
which one you mean.
So it was kind of like mixing two races, like two strategies together. So it was just seeing which one was faster, and obviously I learned which one was faster. So it was
Well,
just.
that's fair enough. On the last lap there, I believe that you were in the fight and
uh,
you ended up retired. What happened there?
Coming out of the last chicane, I was right behind Marcel, and you know, on the right hand side, the curb, there's a little bump coming in for the pits.
Oh, yeah, I can
I
already
hit the
see. I
little bump,
imagine what happened.
and the front end just went, and I hit the pit wall.
All
Rookie
right,
mistake.
well, I know exactly what happened then. Well, for the next race, that will be Brazil. What do you think about that? Good track, bad track?
Oh, it's if I was had to put like a scale, it'd be slightly to the worst side. But if it rains, it's like off the scale worse. So.
So somebody not hoping for rain, others hoping for rain. That is
Yeah.
gonna be interesting who gets their wish then. Well, still pole on your debut in our IRL. Could have
Yeah.
ended up in
Yeah.
fourth too, I believe. You do end up in seventh, and you do get the points for that as you did finish enough of the race. So not the worst debut today.
Yeah. Uh, I think if I had to pick the strategy that I was going to, I think I would have probably been up there fighting for the win. But I just had to second guess myself and try out another one, see which one was faster. So
Well, sometimes you gotta do that. For now,
yeah.
then,
Definitely.
congratulations on your points and good luck for Brazil, then.
Thank you.
And by that, we are finished with our interviews today. I'm gonna pick my driver of the day, and it's a hard one to be honest. I gotta go with Lee. Getting his first win, he also started third, so not the best starting position, but he's gonna be my pick for driver of the day. And for moment of the day, I got to go with that big crash in the beginning where we saw 4 drivers in the end retire from. For now, this has been IRL F2 round 20 around Japan. Make sure if you want to see more that you can see IRL F1 tomorrow at 4:15 p.m. around Japan too. For now, do remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more. This has been IRL F2 round 20 around Japan. I've been your host, Sondre Sorhaug. I was joined by Felix Negwer earlier. Good night, and thanks to everybody who has watched.